most people are like, I want to make it in this DJ world, so I'm going to follow the trend. And then, yeah, most people would be like, let me follow that. But the real gold is when you fucking follow what's inside of you.
There's always growing pains. There's always up and downs. But like, I just always say, always authentically be you, especially in our culture with TikTok culture and like reels that blow up and they all get excited because there's 20,000 views on it. I don't know. That's not what music's about. Like, music's about the journey, the story, how it all happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think you got to try to find that, and I think so many people are searching for that.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin.
Welcome back to the Party with Strategy podcast. Very special guest. Just happened last minute out of nowhere, so you know it was meant to be. I thought he was in town just for a short stint, but he's actually a resident. Come to find out. Welcome. I wish I would have known before.
All good, man.
I had a whole thing planned where I was going to be like, what are you here for? What do you love? What's better about Chicago, New York, whatever. But we already know which one's better because you moved here. Shouts to my boy Pinto. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking in the car. We've never met. I just saw you posted something, Chicago, and I was like, oh shit, are you still here? Do you want to do the pod? And you were like, yeah, you're here now. And we were talking in the whip. We know a lot of the same people. You came from open format. You're doing house now, and some of the some dope disco house. Me and Diamond Cut were listening to a bunch of stuff. Your samples are your sample ear for samples and ability to chop them up is fantastic.
I appreciate it, man.
And then you said you came from hip hop when you got in here and saw the MPC, so it all makes sense. It's all coming together. The first track I actually heard of yours was I'm Yours.
Oh, no doubt.
Which is
Darius's label.
Yeah, that was my shit. And then I started following you. I'm doing the disco stuff, the house stuff, and you have great, incredible stuff. And I'm shocked that I had no idea that you even fucking lived here for a year plus, which is crazy.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, tell me, so DJing, you got in through hip hop. Tell me about that.
Okay.
New York, hip hop, the Mecca.
It kind of started even before that. So I'm 33 now. I started making beats when I was 10.
Shit.
The reason that happened is because my brother is 7 or 8 years older than me. And at that point, he was basically just only doing hip hop. We were like born in Queens, raised in Long Island, but really close to the city. And he was just doing hip hop, and he was really doing dope stuff. Like, he was even working tight with like Irv Gotti and Ja Rule at some point. So I was kind of meeting all these cool people as like an 11, 12-year-old and just kind of, I was just masking in it. So basically I would just make beats for fun. I played soccer in college. Like, soccer was my thing. Was making beats at home when I'm tired and like sampling.
What were you making beats on at first?
Been pretty much using FL my whole life.
Oh, really?
Fruity Loops.
Okay.
I still use that now. I know there's
one of the rare ones.
Yeah. Whenever I tell people I use FL, they're like, what? Like, how does that even make sense? But I mean, I've been using it for 20 plus years, so I'm not going to bounce. So yeah, basically I was making beats. Then I got a scholarship to play at St. John's University. In D1, we were like top 10 in the country. It was like super, super tough, obviously. I wasn't really playing. So then I was like, you know what? Let me start getting back into making beats again. Because I kind of took like I probably stopped making beats at like 16 to like devote my time to soccer. And then essentially like the EDM and all that fun stuff was starting to kind of happen. So I was like, all right, let me just be the next Cascade or something, like crazy dream at like 17. And then essentially in the college, obviously you couldn't be a house DJ in college. You had to play everything. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, I came from hip hop, like I could play everything. And then, I just started DJing at St. John's for like fun. And I'm making like some money. My mom was giving me like 100 a week. And that was the struggle at that time. So I'm like, damn, I just played a gig at a bar, made like 250. Now I'm kind of chilling. I was DJing like once or twice a week. And then, it was just kind of fun. And then, now we're still here, man. That's kind of how it started.
Nice. So, but you start DJing in college and then you move on to doing open format, mainstream nightclub stuff. Like what year was that?
So I started DJing in 2010. I kind of moved quick, to be honest. Like, I basically was going to school in Queens, but my fam and like all my close friends were in the suburbs in Long Island, but we were super close to Queens. It was like Valley Stream, which was literally no traffic to. It's like a mile from the first town in Queens.
Okay.
So it's suburbs. We're really close to like the 5 boroughs. Essentially, like my freshman year of college, I started DJing at a club in Long Island, and I opened for Rick Wonder. And I also brought like 120 people. So the promoter was like, "Oh, this kid is dope."
Yeah,
and like,
absolutely.
to be honest, I was a new DJ, but I want to give myself credit. Like, I guess since I was a producer for so long, I like kind of, at least maybe my mixing wasn't amazing, but I think I had a good ear on like what I should be playing, what I shouldn't be playing, how to open a room. Like, I took that really serious, even though I was DJing for like 2 months. And then I met Rick, and then from there, like maybe a year later, I was already DJing at like Highland Ballroom and like Griffin and like opening for M. Ortiz and Chachi and like all these guys who are still doing it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of just happened fast, to be honest. And it was, I guess, kind of a natural progression, because I remember even Rick, the promoter, asked Rick that night, like, how did this kid do? Like, this is the first time I booked him. And Rick even said, like, nah, honestly, like, he did a really good job. He mixed well, he played good music, and he brought a lot of people. So, like, that was an extra bonus at that time.
Triple threat, baby.
Yeah, so I got lucky, man. It just kind of happened, and I always did it because I loved it, and, like, because I still do. And, it just kind of happened naturally, honestly.
Dope. Yeah, M. Ortiz is the man. He had me stay. He was that was like my first DJ experience, being taken in and shown a city and like given hospitality through DJing.
Yeah.
Was in New York. Like Nick Russo booked me at Slate.
Okay.
I got to. He was roommates with M. Ortiz. I got to stay at their crib. Nick was out of town. I fucking slept in his bed. Like, it was crazy hospitality. They're showing me around the city. They're just putting me up on game. Like, creating content was sort of like the new thing in DJing at the time.
Yeah,
so
that's
we're like trying to record videos. You said
you went kind of COVID time, right? Like, that's
no, I went like 2017, 16, 17.
They were on it before a lot of people, honestly. They were.
Yeah, him, D-Star, Rick Wonder.
Yeah, their content was always insane.
I didn't know Chachi back then, but like, yeah, those guys, like, he really took care of me and like instilled that in me. Like, I want to do that for people that come to Chicago. You know, I think like sure. I want people to feel the same way that I felt when I went to New York that one time.
For sure.
So like that's a core memory of mine. That's a special moment. I played at Slate, and I invited, obviously, everyone I know in New York or New Jersey, and me and Dolo DJ'd in Mexico for Student City one time, and we met a bunch of people, and one of the guys was from Jersey, so I invite him out. He gets too drunk. He's like on stage with me, and he like knocked over an LED screen or like elbowed it or cracked it or something. So now I'm the asshole that brought the guy that fucking cracked the screen.
Happens, bro.
You know, it was kind of a shitty night, but it was a great overall experience.
Nah, yeah, that's the fam right there, man. They're all, a lot of them are still in Queens, like. That's where I'm from. Every time I'm home, I go say what up to them. They always show love. They still hit me up all the time. They couldn't believe I left New York, to be honest, but they show love. They understood it.
That's sick. Yeah, I want to know, like, obviously you started hip hop, you made the progression to open format. By the way, I have like a very similar story. My brother was rapping. He's 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I used to play the drums when I was little, and then he started rapping, and I was like, I want to make the beats that you rap over. So I started making beats in GarageBand, and then I got a MPC and just like got into hip hop. And through that, I was making beats for a dude, Scud One, shouts to Scud One, Chicago rapper. And he was like, yo, I need a DJ for this show. You should get, this is like right when controllers came out. He's like, you should get one of those like little things and you could be my DJ. And I was like, all right, fuck, why not? And then like I did that, and I instantly fell in love with DJing and realized that my true talent is not creating music, but it is manipulating music.
Yeah, for sure.
So I sort of left production and just went full DJ mode. Yeah.
Dope. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of started from a DJ first too, even though I did make beats first. But like, I do feel like I started to find myself, like making beats for me was just a hobby. Like I devoted all my time to soccer and sport at that time. And it was just like, it was like my come down from the sport, like the pressure of like trying to play D1 and all that. So making beats was just fun. But then DJing is like kind of what made me like fall in love with it all. And I'm like, damn, I could create my own music and play it out someday too. So like, even though I didn't technically start from DJing, I felt like that was what made me like really fall in love with it. Honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. So as you're DJing and doing open format stuff, are you then thinking like, oh, I'm going to make stuff that I can play out? I'm going to make a beat to put this Nelly acapella over and then I can play like shit like that?
Yeah, that's kind of how it started. Like I was essentially making like top 40 edits. That was what I was playing out. That's kind of what I had to play. But it was, I guess, kind of cool because most openers at that time, especially at, I was like 19 or 20, most of them aren't playing their like own edits. They're playing other people on like DJ City and all that stuff. So I was kind of making all my own edits already.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah,
man.
so they were all like, oh, damn, this dude is like good. Like he's making his own edits already. And they're not like a mashup. Like he's actually creating the music. So yeah, I kind of started like that. I was making all my edits. But like slowly but surely I was like this doesn't feel like this is what I truly want to do. I wasn't in love with like the EDM stuff. I really liked it and it was like fun and I was still real young and it was like the pop and sound at the time. But I don't know if I ever felt like, yeah, this is like my love. So
yeah. What was like the peak? Like Animals? Like are we talking the Animals era? What was like the big song?
I mean, that obviously was huge, but at that point, I don't know, what is that, like 24?
Chainsmokers, Selfie?
Yeah, like that was a big one. Like I remember like calling Sebastian and Grozo Alesso, obviously like Avicii levels, but like any of the Swedish house stuff, I always like really resonated with that. But yeah, I mean, those were all huge. I think by Animals and like the Selfie stuff, I think that's like 2015 maybe. I was already kind of starting to think, how do I transition here? So
it transitioned into what? Like, what were you into? What were you like, this is what I have to play, but this is what I want to play?
So it's so funny is that I didn't know what I wanted to do at that point. So in 2015, I would say I kind of like stopped. So 2014, I'm still playing at like Highline and like opening for these big DJs. I still wasn't really headlining most of them, which I could have. But again, I just didn't really want to at that point because I was already trying to figure out a way out. And then in 2014, 2015, I basically stopped. And this is kind of when I started going out in Brooklyn, like in Bushwick and like Bed-Stuy now is coming up, Williamsburg. And this is pre-Williamsburg, pre-money Williamsburg. This is hipster Williamsburg where it's like super gritty, underground. And again, a testament to my brother. I'm going to bring it up a lot. He would come with me to these shows. And he's a lot, I'm like, I don't know. I just turned 21, 22 I was probably like 22, 23. And obviously he would come and then we would see Hot Since 82 and MK and True Sense of Bios and Martinez Brothers. And then I was like, damn, this is like really dope. But like, how do I start to make this while also being who I am as a DJ? And honestly, it was an idea that my brother said. He said, you were always really good at sampling. You should sample old records like you used to and just like play the drums that you're hearing at the club. And like, I didn't even mean that to be like jackin house. I didn't even really know what, like, I know jackin house came from like Chicago and like obviously was really big in New York too. But I didn't even know like I was making like pure house music. I was just doing what I heard and being natural, like chopping up samples on like the MPC or like Serato sample, or at that time in Fruity Loops. It was like a disco song, but it could also be a hip hop beat. So it had that like soul to it. Mm-hmm. And then I'm from New York. So naturally I feel like my drums are like really heavy and like, and again, that was just cause I was in the club and they were always playing like really heavy stuff. So yeah, I was just influenced by what I was hearing. And then I was like, all right, this makes sense. Like, because I'm doing what I used to do, hearing what I'm hearing now, and just like kind of putting it together. So yeah, my first Jackin house track was in 2016. And then it like went top 10 track source. And like I sampled some Curtis Mayfield track that like I did back in the day, like when I was like 15. and I did it 10 years later as a house version instead of a hip hop version.
Off of a piece of vinyl.
No, I just got the MP3.
Okay.
But the idea was an old idea. Like in the beginning, I was doing that a lot. I was remaking hip hop beats as my house version. Like I was going to my beats and like when I was like 8th grade, 9th grade, 7th grade. I actually went to like a mostly predominantly black high school. So I used to have all these beats that we would do like beat battles for. And I was a freshman. This kid was like a senior. And we would like do beat battles after school. It was like, so I just all these beats that were just laying around. They weren't doing anything. And I honestly reflipped those samples and made them house versions. Those were like my first house beats, which is like kind of crazy to say, but like it just all felt natural is what I'm kind of trying to say.
Yeah, no, that's so dope. That's so dope that you even have that to dip into. You know what I'm saying? Like you're halfway there already. Like how fun. The most fun for me is to just turn my MPC on and take some shit I made before and just try and make it different. Something that I don't love. Something that I'm like, there's something here, but like what I did, I don't love. Let me go rework it. And I don't have to like dig for a sample, look for drum samples. Like everything's just there.
For sure.
And I can just fucking start working.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what I did. Like, I'll tell you, like, Make It was one of my first one on Nervous. Jada Kiss did that one on We Gon' Make It.
Yeah.
I did a Pick Up the Pieces,
The
which
Alchemist.
was like, Pick Up the Pieces. That was an old beat I literally made in 7th grade. Literally. And I redid it at 24.
That's so
And
dope.
then, like, the Happy Feet one was the Mary J. Blige Be Happy song.
Mm-hmm.
Be Happy. It was a Curtis Mayfield track. Redid that one. That was an old beat I did back in the day, too, like in the hip hop version. Yeah, so it was just like, again, I was trying to like authentically be me and figure out a brand that made sense. And like, because I don't know, the EDM stuff at that time, it was already starting to transition to hip hop. And again, when you really think about it, I just felt like EDM wasn't like, it was like a phase that was cool and I was young and like everyone was playing it, but it really wasn't who I was. So then I found that and then I just stuck to it.
It's crazy because you weren't like, most people are like, oh, I want to make it in this DJ world, so I'm going to follow the trend. I know that EDM was hot, but it's kind of coming to the end of its golden era. Hip hop sort of moving back in. And then, most people would be like, let me follow that.
For sure.
The real gold is when you fucking follow what's inside of you.
For sure. And I think when people ask me like how do you still be successful in this industry? And I'm still growing and there's always growing pains. There's always up and downs. But like, I just always say, always authentically be you. Like, there's only one you. Like, don't trend chase. Like, when you're just yourself and you stick to it for a long time, which my first house record was 2016. So I'm already 10 years in. It just keeps getting authentically better too. And like, if you listen to my first house track to now, did I get better? Yeah, but you could hear like, it's so similar at the same time too. So I think people need to figure, especially in our culture with TikTok culture and like reels that blow up and they all get excited because there's 20,000 views on it. But like, what does it do? It's really, I mean, I don't want to like bash it, but it's not really doing anything though. Like, what are you accomplishing because a reel went viral? Like, I don't know, that's not what music's about. Like, music's about the journey, the story, how it all happened. And I think that's what I've done. And I do think that's why people respect me in a way, because they're like, all right, he's not trying to be anyone. Like, I'm technically making music at 24 that most like 45-year-olds from Chicago and New York are making. And I didn't even mean to do that. I was just doing it because that's what felt natural to me.
Yeah.
So I just think you got to try to find that. And I think so many people are searching for that.
That's dope. How are you feeling are you feeling the shift in music, and particularly EDM or dance music right now, where we are heading in that disco, jackin, more groovy house type of thing, away from like the EDM and the electronic-y kind of stuff? And like that's what you do, and now like that's what's popping. Are you feeling that come together?
Yeah, I mean, I think so many people have their like disco party now, and like I've gotten lucky because I'm kind of getting booked for some of those parties. But like, It's definitely transitioning, and it's definitely going to more of that. But it could be a phase too. You know, it may last 2 years. But that's the thing where like you find your sound, and if you just stick to it, like a lot of music is timeless. So like if you just do it because you love it, then like people are always gonna book you, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be a niche of a crowd that wants that sound if you stick to what you're doing. So yes, I do think the industry is going that direction where there's a lot more collectives. Nightclubs can't. I mean, with festivals and stuff, like, how are you getting 600-700 people in a room? Like, it's tough. So they're trending more towards that, like, 250 cap, maybe even less, 150 cap, creating a community. So I think disco is like that. But at the same time, I also don't think, I think a lot of people call me like a disco house DJ, but like, I don't think I'm that. I think I'm like a, I don't know, 70s soul and like hip hop meets disco, like, I don't know, because I don't really sample like funky disco.
No, you sample like real disco.
Yeah, and like I do think people are kind of going more towards that like funky pop disco.
Like, give me an example. Give me like
I mean, Disco Dom is blowing up.
Yeah.
And he plays some of my stuff, and it's awesome that he's doing it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like I wouldn't feel comfortable ever doing that. It doesn't feel like, I just wouldn't want to do it. Like,
wait, you wouldn't want to do what?
Like play that style of disco in a sense.
Okay.
I don't know,
because it's more like Disco Dom shit is more, yeah, I guess, yeah, funky house, poppy disco.
It's like more like new disco and
new
like
disco,
pop, which is amazing. And I'm not like hating on it because I'm not. But I just wouldn't. When people categorize me as disco, sometimes I'm like, yeah, but I'm not at the same time too. Like, I'm not really playing like a Michael Jackson edit. Like, I'm playing like an old sample from like, I don't know, name one of them, Leroy Hudson or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a guy from the 70s, or like First Choice from Philadelphia. Like, that's like, it's basically a disco record that could be a hip hop record at the same time.
Yes. But you made it a house record.
Exactly.
So you're sampling disco records, but you're creating house music. So you don't necessarily want to be like, you don't think that you're making disco stuff, because I mean, you're not. It's not disco. It's more house for sure.
It's definitely more house. But I just think I get categorized as a disco house DJ a lot, which again, is fine if that's what you want to call it. But like, I definitely think I lean more towards like the jackin, like, and like authentic house music, classic house music.
Yeah.
I guess more than disco house. Obviously, disco has a huge, has influenced me a lot. Like, my parents grew up on disco. I'm a first gen immigrant, but my mom came here when she was 10. So she went to high school here. She would always play disco around the crib. So like, disco is a big thing, but like, I'm not playing a Bee Gees edit. Like, you know, it's just different.
Right.
There's definitely different essences of it.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, once you put disco in there, you do expect to hear some Donna Summers and the Bee Gees,
which is dope.
Anita
I love
Ward
that stuff
and all that. Yeah,
but I just, if you were to hear me to play, like, it would not be that.
Right.
And like, I think sometimes people were like, "Oh yeah, he does disco house," and we went to go see him play. And I've had multiple people tell me, they're like, "But you don't play like disco house. Like, you play like, I don't even know what you play." And I'm like, "All right, but that's good." Like, that's kind of what I want to be framed as, in a sense too. Like, so yeah, that's kind of what I meant by like not being framed as a disco house DJ.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because there is a lot of like at Celeste. Have you ever been to Celeste?
Yeah, I was there for Mike Dunn 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, no, super dope. Like, I mean, shouts to Mike, all those, the Chosen Few. Like, I love, even though I'm a New York cat, like, those guys influenced me heavy too. Like, Terry Hunter, Mike Dunn, like, Jesse Saunders, like, first house track ever. I know Frankie Knuckles is from New York, but like came here.
Yeah.
So like all that history, like all that stuff, I'm a nerd with that stuff. Like that gets me excited. So yeah, no, that party was dope. So that's a cool spot.
That's sick.
Super cool spot.
Yeah. So me and Heavy do the disco on Friday and Saturdays.
Oh, sick.
And then upstairs where Mike Dunn was in the garden is like, it's all house. And it's all, depending on the night, it's different house. Wednesdays, Latin house. Fridays, Twan does it. He tries to keep it Chicago house.
For sure.
Saturdays is a little more open format-y, but like house versions. And yeah, I go up there a lot of times, especially on Friday, and they're playing exactly that. They're playing house music with disco samples in it.
For sure.
So it's disco house, but it is much more house. Whereas if you go downstairs, we're
It's
playing
definitely
some disco house too, but it's way more disco than it is house.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of even like that more, to be honest. When the DJ's ripping just straight disco, I think it's like way cooler, to be honest.
Yeah.
But both are dope, obviously.
No, yeah, it's dope. I mean, I got into this shit through hip hop, and I never liked house music.
Okay.
I never I don't want to say I didn't respect it, but I never had an ear for it. It never like moved me in any way. It was just like a beat, a never ending beat that never changes. I never paid attention to it. I never like settled into it and let it move me.
Yeah.
Until recently, like 2021, 2022,
Okay. So
maybe.
yeah, it's new. It's definitely
new for me. And like, it's incredible that my residency is at, you know, a spot that I can go upstairs and Mike Dunn's DJing, and I get to go fucking watch that and learn straight from one of the motherfuckers that started it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, that's the cool part about Chicago. Like, you could hear people who literally like started the music, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm from New York, but like it was similar. Like I could go see like Masters at Work, Louis Vega, Kenny Dope all night, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like these guys are pioneers that like created the sound. So I think it's cool that you could get that here, obviously too.
Yeah, and it's like being a hip hop DJ, especially open format, more than like hip hop, but like nightclub, mainstream, open format. You turn the low cut, you turn the bottom fucking knob on the channel down to take the bass out of the song. You mix it in, you turn it up to bring it back, and that's it. You don't touch it ever again unless you're mixing another track. And then I'm watching like Boo Williams DJ at Celeste, and he's letting a house track rip, and he takes the bass out to then create his own like build to bring it back in the one track. And like that blew my mind. Just watching this dude, this guy he had to be like 75. I don't know how fucking old he was. He's got a walker. Yeah. It's like it was sad to see on one hand, but like also incredible to see on the other hand that this guy's up there fucking ripping the room.
Yeah.
And he's just got his fingers on that knob, and he's just perfect. Like every time he turns it up, he never accidentally goes past 12. Like he's just fucking 0, 12, 0, 12. Like timing's perfect.
They know what they're doing. The OGs really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
man.
it's just like just that little stupid thing where you just turning the bass off. Like to me, if I did that before I watched him do that, like I fucked up. I fucked up. Why am I not letting the bass hit when it's supposed to hit?
Yeah.
But then like watching that opened up my whole mind. Just something that small, you know?
Yeah, you could learn a lot from the OGs. Like Todd Terry is obviously one of the OGs, and like he always is like check this out, check. So like if you watch my sets, you could even go on Instagram. Ooh. I do that a lot too, and that comes from hip hop. Like like I'll be like not everyone understands house music, but I saw him play like 9 years ago, and I'm like, dude, that's sick. I got to practice how to do that. So I think more people need to watch the OGs, because you look at Roger Sanchez and like all these OGs who've been doing it forever. Like these guys are playing 4 decks and like you said, creating music live. And I don't think enough people are doing that anymore. They're just kind of playing music.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we watched your raw cuts a little bit before this, and you had the third deck where you were using samples and the effects and loops and all that, and that's sick. That's dope. You know, a lot of people do just play tracks. Yeah,
and honestly, that's just from me watching the OGs and just going and hanging out and just getting inspired by it. Because I don't know, I always wanted to do this I guess in the real way. I guess not. There's so many different ways, but I guess the OG way, in a way, if I can do that. So I was just always wanted to be inspired by the guys who are like the pioneers of it.
Yeah. And then, like I have my strategy sample. It's just like from some clip off of the internet somewhere, and just goes strategy. And like I always, every time I hit that, it reminds me of listening to, DJ Premier's beat tapes when he was Premier, like fucking presses it 30,000 times. And I'm like, it's annoying, but it's effective. And I want to be effective.
Yeah.
I want motherfuckers to know who's playing.
Premier's got so many jams too, man. That's crazy. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. It's
But,
dope. It's dope. I'm excited that you're here, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. You've been here for a year. We don't even know about this. We got the disco godfather in the city right now, and
I guess so, man. Yeah, I
What's
moved
up?
here last June. So it's been almost a year and 6 months already.
what's your favorite food here?
There's a lot of good food here. I don't really like deep dish. I like New York pizza a lot more. Tavern style is better than deep dish for sure.
I'm not mad at that.
But favorite food here? I know you're gonna freaking laugh, but like
You gonna say Prince Street Pizza?
Nah. I think the sticky date cake at the hog salt restaurants is fucking insane.
Sticky date cake?
And I'm not even a dessert person, but like the hog salt restaurants is like Bavette's and like Trivoli and like super bougie spots. I only went because my parents came to visit and I wanted to show them like a dope Chicago experience. And I went and my friend said, you got to get that dessert. The food was really amazing too. And then I just got that dessert and was like, damn, that is like next level.
I never even heard of that.
So every time I have someone in town, I always bring them. But like a Chicago food, I don't know. There's so many good restaurants here. Like, I don't know if there's a specific food like type that I like, oh, that's got to be it.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good food here.
Yeah.
A ton.
Some would say the best in the world.
Some would say some.
Is there anything, if there's anything, like when you're walking around or just living in this city, is there something that you're like, this is missing and it's something that you have in New York? Like, I'll give you an example. When I was in Houston, they don't have trash cans anywhere, bro.
Okay.
Chicago has trash cans all over. Like damn near every corner. If I pull up into the Chase Bank, that's in the mini mall with the parking lot, I can grab all the trash in my car, and I know that there's a trash like sitting somewhere in that mini mall that I could just throw my trash in. Houston,
none.
Not a trash can in sight, which is probably why they just take it and
Just trash
throw it on the
all over?
ground. Yeah.
I already know it off the bat. Bodegas. You need them.
Okay.
Like, how don't we have bodegas here?
There
And,
is one shitty bodega in River North.
Is there?
Yeah, bro.
What's it called?
It's called Bodega.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I never been.
No, it wouldn't be what you're thinking of, though. You're
But
like
when you talk about like food, I think on a restaurant level, and listen, I know people compare New York and Chicago all the time. We could say in a restaurant level, they're just about even. And I'll tell you that as a New Yorker, whether New York's better, they're about even. I think the main thing that New York has, and the reason why I do think the food's better in New York, I don't want to cause drama here, but it's just bodega culture and food truck culture.
Okay.
At 3 a.m., you could get pita, grilled chicken, salad. It's steaming off the charcoal. It's a quality meal, and it's like $11. Or you could go to a bodega and get like a full-on chicken parm sandwich or Philly cheese, whatever you want. Where in Chicago, to be honest, if it was past 11 p.m., and I want to get a bite, or even 3 p.m. because I want to eat quick, where am I going to go, to be honest? Maybe you could go to Pilsen and eat like dope Mexican food and get it quick. But like if you're just talking in the city and I want to cross the street, and if you're in Lincoln Park or Lakeview or West Loop even River North, I'm probably going to Raising Cane's or something or McDonald's or like I'm just in a quick bite. New York's got it like. So I would say I miss bodegas because like even in my apartment in Queens, when I moved, like bodega culture is so cool. Like you see that person every single day. You get a coffee every day. When I moved to Chicago, she came out and gave me a hug. She's like, I'm going to miss you. Like I'll see you every day the last 5 years. Like there's a culture to that too. You like kind of run into the same people. So I think they miss that here. Like a quick bite. Like even if it's like a bagel store, they don't really have bagel culture here either.
Nope.
So I don't know. There's a culture that creates also.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. COVID absolutely crushed any late night food that we had. Okay. Like we had late night staples. We had gyms was 24/7, bro. You could go to gyms at 7 a.m. and get a hot dog and a bone-in pork sandwich.
That's what I need. Yeah, I'm looking for that.
It's gone. I actually experienced that in the worst way possible. When I came back here from Houston, I had a homie come and visit, and it was, you know, I'm DJing late night till 4 a.m. at Liquor Box. He came and partied. And then he's like, I'm hungry. Let's go get some McDonald's. I was like, bro, you're in Chicago. I'm not getting you McDonald's. We'll go to like the Chicago spot. I'll get you a hot dog late night. You order from the counter. Like, it's a whole experience. Drive all the way there. Closed.
Yeah, that sucks.
I look like the biggest fool. I look like I was from Kentucky or something. I'm not even from here. I was pissed, bro.
I know.
But yeah,
they need that.
So in New York right now, post-COVID, you can still get good late night food. Like, what time's a bodega serving food till?
24/7.
24/7. Oh yeah. See,
not all of them are 24/7, but I'd say 50% of them are, or even more. Maybe 70% of them are.
Yeah.
Especially in like nightlife area, 24/7. But if you live in a neighborhood, it may not, like, let's say in your neighborhood in New York, literally in 4 blocks, you probably have 5 bodegas. 2 of them are going to be open. So you're still walking, instead of crossing the street, you're walking 2 blocks.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's fine.
You're kind of crushing it. Like,
we need that.
I know.
We absolutely need
maybe.
that.
Maybe that's what, I'm gonna quit music and just open a bodega.
No, you should open a bodega and you should supply the music for it.
Yeah, for real.
You should make the playlist.
Sets in the back or something.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
Yo, that would be a game changer, bro. Because the 24/7 shit kills me, bro. You can't even go to Walmart anymore. Like, nothing is 24/7.
Even Mickey D's ain't 24/7.
So a lot of them aren't. And if you pull up at 4 a.m. when they're switching from lunch to breakfast, they won't even let you order for 20 minutes because the system is switching over. What kind of archaic system is that?
Yeah.
It's 2026 almost.
We need to change
I can't
that, man.
order food from you? You're open right now. I'm speaking with you. And I can't order anything. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big difference that I miss.
That's crazy. The food trucks too. Before halal guys got like big and started putting storefronts everywhere, I remember like when I was in New York, like I said, with M. Ortiz and Rick Wonder and D-Star, we all went at the end of the night. I'm blacked out. They got me halal guys.
It's like the best thing.
It was great.
Here I have like frozen pizza I make when I get home.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's what I got to eat. Because after a night out, I got to eat, man.
Yeah, that's fucked, bro. That is one thing we absolutely are missing.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just the whole country. I'm like, well, if they did that here, they had to have done that everywhere else. But I'm glad to hear that
I think New York's the only city that does it. And I've been pretty much across the country, and like no one else has that.
That's good. We need to take some notes. I don't say that often, but I will admit that.
It's all good. It's all good.
I will admit that. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the show. The Party with Strategy podcast has a brand new sponsor, a local Chicago meal prep company, Prepped and Plated. Female owned and operated. I've known this woman for a long time. She's fantastic, and I love what she's doing right now. She's giving people what they want. She's giving me what I'm looking for, and everyone else I talk to is looking for. Locally sourced meats, no steroids, antibiotics, hormones, or preservatives. No dyes, no seed oils, no sugar added. Everything is clean, good ingredients, high quality, and it tastes even better than all the things that I just said. It's a great company. I'm excited. She's helping me shred for my wedding that I got coming up. We're working together. We're building something. We're supporting Chicago. I think if you guys are looking for good, high quality food, if you're looking for a diet plan, or if you're just looking to support a local Chicago business, go to preppedandplated.com. Place your order. It's easy. Add your meals to the cart. Check out. They get delivered straight to you. Boom, you're ready to go. Let's go, champ. Let's get back to the show. Thank you again for watching and supporting. Booyah. How is do you see similarities in DJing when you were doing open format stuff and nightclub stuff in the way that the dance music industry is run, festivals and whatnot? I mean, like, it's 2 different lanes.
Yeah, it's definitely 2 different lanes, but I'm glad I came from an open format standpoint because, like, I feel like I know how to read the crowd really well. I look up a lot. Like, there's a lot of house DJs that just, like, look down and they're, like, selectors and they won't look up and they won't connect with the crowd, which is, again, that's a different style. And if it works for you, that works for you. But that's not even how I am as a person. So as a DJ, I don't want to be like that either. And I think open format just taught me that because I clearly could see when I need to switch something up. When I'm like, yeah, the crowd is starting to die out. I need to play some harder. And that's kind of how I started to make more like disco techno stuff. Cause I'm like, they're getting over this jackin stuff. I gotta switch it up and make some more banging stuff.
What would you consider disco techno? Like Dangerous?
So that was kind of my hybrid.
Okay.
I would say that's a hybrid. Like it isn't techno, but it is. And like that was like my big record that everyone, like Cox played that. Like literally
That's a banger.
Every DJ played that one. But that was a hybrid. I have something coming out on KMS this Friday, Kevin Saunderson's label. So he's like obviously Detroit techno. I played with him in Detroit like 3 weeks ago. And I think I've really like my track Circus on Cats and Dogs label, Paradise, which is like a straight up disco sample.
Banger.
And the bass line is a straight techno drop. I have one that's coming out on KMS this weekend. It's called 5 a.m. on Jefferson. And I made that because of Jefferson, the warehouse. I live here now, so I wanted to give a testament to that. So I definitely think I have other records that are more like techno-ish. But yeah, Dangerous is a hybrid.
Okay.
But yeah, that honestly came from the club. Like that was me. That was from me being an open format DJ to say, all right, they're not really riding with my housey disco stuff right now. And it's 2 a.m. at the club, especially in New York. Like, you know, we have every club is 4 a.m. And I'm like, I need to like give them some more. And then that's kind of like how Dangerous happened. And like, then I'm like, let me just go even further with it. And then my other tracks, Paradise and all those, like Blessed with Donna played that at like, at Lollapalooza. And it's just like, it kind of worked because it was like, she was playing like disco and then she played it and everyone was like, whoa, like where did this come from? And like, that's kind of what I was trying to create. I was like trying to blend my world with like giving them an extra punch so they don't leave or you could feel the energy up. And like, again, I think that's literally for me being an open format DJ. Because I saw the crowd start to dip out.
So even as an artist, like an act on a lineup, do you have a planned set or it's somewhat planned? You have like an idea and then you're like, if I gotta, switch it up, I will.
So I always have my first 3 songs pretty much all the time. And honestly, I stick to that. But from those 3, I read what's going to work.
Okay.
Like I always have a plan. I definitely have a playlist, but I format it where everything on top is kind of chiller. Your middle is like your hybrids, more of my disco, maybe my techier disco or just techie stuff. And then my bottom is more of my techno stuff. And that's kind of how I do it. Cause I remember I played in San Diego at a warehouse with Late Night Jackin, shouts to them. And like, I played more like jackin house cause it was like a jackin party. And in my head, I'm like, oh, this is a warehouse. I'm going to have to like bang it out. But when I banged it out, it wasn't really working. So I'm like, all right, let me just give them what they want. And then there's other nights, like I played a club in Gold Coast, not in Chicago, in Australia in 2023. And honestly, like I only played my disco techno stuff that night. Like they were not vibing at any of my jackin stuff. They just wanted straight like bangers. And I had a bunch and I just played them all. And then obviously some of it, like I'm dropping Kevin Saunderson tracks in between that. And like, so yeah, I think you have a plan, but when you really learn how to read a crowd, it makes it more fun. And you're kind of, at the end of the day, I obviously want to play my music, but like as a DJ, like you want to make them have fun. Like that's really the point. If you, at least for me, if I'm playing music, they're not really into it. I want to do it my way. But that's kind of why I've given myself other avenues of how can I give them what they want by still being me. So there's a script, but I definitely never stick to it. It always goes by how the crowd goes.
That's dope. That's a good ability to have. If a lot of, producers who never like DJ'd in clubs and shit. I don't know. Do you learn that? Do you read a crowd? Like, is there even such thing as reading a crowd at a festival? If you're at a festival in front of a fucking massive amount of people, I feel like they just rock.
Nah, there's no reading a crowd at a festival.
You just go hard and they just go with you.
Yeah, I mean, but that's kind of why, like, if you see, I don't know, let's say Mal P at Lala, but then you see Mal P at like a small club, it's way better at the small club. It is what it is. You could connect with the crowd. Mm-hmm. You're being more tasteful with your music selection. So at a festival, you don't need to read a crowd, honestly. At least my opinion. I don't think you do. At a club, you really need to. But again, this the beginning of our culture was club culture. Like Warehouse in Chicago held like 250 people or something like that.
We're back, baby. Small rooms are popping.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the way the scene's going. Like, there's a lot of collectives that are doing cool parties and like creating a community. So I think that's what like the new generation wants too. Like, what is it? Gen Z is the next one? Gen Z?
Gen X?
Gen X?
Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
Well, I'm millennial. So what's the
I'm
one
millennial.
Okay, so the
Gen
next
Z.
Yeah, like they go to coffee shops and
Yeah.
which is kind of insane. Like, I rather drink and go to party, but they want to drink coffee. So like I guess people are adapting and making smaller collectives. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think you have to read a crowd at a festival.
So we were talking in the whip, and you were telling me that you're playing a lot less by choice. You don't want to overdo it and have your name pop up too many places, and then what does it do? It sort of just
it's repetitive.
It's supply and demand. Like if there's not a ton of supply, the demand is higher, right?
For sure.
If you're doing that, how do you get practice in, or do you even want practice? Do you even need practice? Like if you're only playing, like I play 4 nights a week, so I feel like I'm practicing every fucking night that I play.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, I feel like I would want to just pop out some places and like get a couple songs in and like get
practice,
get my hands warmed up, or like try tracks out. How do you test out new tracks and shit? Like, is that even something that you want to do? I don't know.
No, I mean, it's a good point. I've never even really thought about it, honestly. It's a good point. I don't know. I honestly, like, I feel I've been DJing for so long. Like, I really feel comfortable. Like, it took obviously years. Like, I've been DJing for 15 years. And so I don't really, like, it's funny. Like, I think people are always like, yo, bring your USB and, like, come DJ at the crib. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like,
that's literally what I told him before you got here.
I was like, I'd rather watch the Knicks play and just chill and make music. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm weird, but, like, I don't know. I've never really felt that. Like,
or even just being out. You're at the club and like the DJ's your homie. You're never like, yo, let me rip a little bit.
It's
like,
so
I miss
funny.
It.
Like, they wanted me to play like Umo like 2 weeks ago. I was there. They're like, bro, you brought your USB? And I'm like, nah. They're like, why? And I'm like, cause I'm out for a night, bro. I'm just chilling. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel that way. I test them out and like, I play them in the studio a lot. I like basically when I work out and go for walks, I'm only listening to my beats 90% of the time. And that's me to say like, oh, I should probably change this part up or like this breakdown's too long. And then like, I'll make sure my next gig, I'll like really play that and test it out. Cause then you got to get the crowd reaction. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's a lot of it is internal, man. Like I just listen to my own beats like all the time. And then I'm like, I don't know. I could just kind of tell if something's kind of whack too. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of whack. Like I'm never gonna play this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I don't really feel the like that I need to practice like that.
Okay.
If I do, like I will a little bit, but like to be honest, I'm more in terms of DJing. I don't really practice anymore. It's more about like my production craft. That's what I'm like more focused on now.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah. As long as if you are doing a show as you, the producer,
yeah,
I made these tracks and that's why I'm booked for this show.
Yeah,
you don't even have to DJ. You could literally just
play your music.
The music, like I DJ'd at I opened up for No Good. You know who that is? The bass.
No Good.
They do bass music.
She sounds familiar though.
It's two guys, and they do bass music. They're my fucking boys. They did a show in Chicago. They were like, "Yo, you got to open for us." So I fucking dig through some bass records. I don't know anything about this shit, but I'm up there DJing, and the guy on before me just stopped the music, and like before I went on, he was done. Music stops. I walk up there, get on, and like for me, if the music stops as a DJ, as a nightclub DJ, my heart drops a little bit.
But why did he just to give you a clap or something?
It's just like how they do shows. Maybe not in the house world.
No, but
in
that's
the bass
like the
world,
EDM
like,
bass world, yeah.
They like, and the crowd's fine with it, and they're like excited for my shit. And like, if I were to stop a track in the middle of the gig or of the set, they would just cheer. Like they're not like, oh my God, the music's off. They're just like, all right, there's nothing happening right now. We're excited to be here. We'll fucking cheer. It was like the weirdest, craziest thing.
And like to speak, I've spoke on this in the beginning. I think that's kind of why I wanted to get away from that EDM stuff, because it didn't feel like DJing as much. It's more of a show. It's more of like, I'm here to play my 15 bangers, and that's all you're going to hear. And I may play them the same way for the whole year. And listen, those guys are amazing musicians, but it's like more seeing a band in a sense. And like, I didn't fall in love with this because of that. I was like, even my music, it's like, I don't want to say I don't make music, but I kind of don't. Like, I make DJ records in a way. Like,
okay, break that down. What's the difference between music and DJ records?
Obviously, they're both music.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not playing chords, and I'm not making a bass line, and I'm not like, singing on the mic and like creating things from scratch. Like, I'm hearing an old beat and putting it into FL and saying, let me slap my drums to this and cut it up the way I hear it, and it's a track. It's like a quick process where I heard the sample, I want to play it tonight. Like, I could do that. If you're like creating it from scratch, it's just different. So like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like, I guess, talk shit about myself in the way I'm like putting myself down, but like, I make DJ records. I don't really make full-on music, and I guess I kind of need to try to get to that point, but like, it's not why I did it. I never did it because of that.
I mean, I can see what you're saying, but like, you definitely make music.
No, for sure.
There's some production that I hear where I'm like, this doesn't move me at all. This doesn't like create anything. There's nothing that has been created for me to grasp onto and like swim through. Yeah. Like, that's what music is. Something that like grabs you and takes you somewhere.
For sure.
And your tracks definitely do that.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying. You don't like play chords or anything like that, but you are making those drums.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is a fucking skill. Absolutely.
For sure.
A musical skill.
I think what I do really well, honestly, is like, I could hear a sample and like, know it's going to be dope. Like, and I guess in a sense, that's just from years of like, I even put out a gospel EP this summer where like, I usually sample more disco and soul, but I wanted to be a little bit different. And I heard this gospel sample, and it kind of comes from my hip hop days. Like, damn, that would be a dope house track too. And like, I did it. And like, again, I think most people would hear that gospel and like, just be like, all right, I'll just listen to the next track. But like, I've developed the ear to create that. Yeah. So yeah, but I don't know. I think for me, it just, my process is so simple. Yeah. I think that's what it is. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not really creating things, but I have a really great ear in hearing something and making it my own way. So
yeah, I understand what you're saying. And I get, trying to clarify and separate yourself, but absolutely don't fucking think that you're not making art.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. I definitely am. I definitely think
for sure are. And who's your favorite hip hop producer?
It was definitely Premier when I started. But then when I got a little older, it was Kanye. Yeah. I don't get me canceled, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I got him tattooed on my arm. I'm Jewish. He's a Nazi. He's tattooed on me. It's a whole thing.
Kanye was one of my favorite. Freaking Graduation was like, I was in 10th grade at that time. I think that was probably my favorite album ever. So Kanye, and then definitely Timbaland and the Neptunes. Like Timbo was like, those drums are just like insane.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Like insane. And I kind of remember, and like, even speaking on that, like, I was making hip hop, and that's 95 BPM, 90, maybe 100. At like 16, I already started making like Timbo and Neptune stuff. So I was already at like 115. And I went to, like I said, a predominantly black high school. And they used to make fun of me. They're like, oh, Joey's making techno now. Meanwhile, I was making like 115 BPM.
That's so funny.
And they were like kind of making fun of me. I was in like 10th, 11th grade. So it was like kind of funny because it like was a natural progression to eventually make, house that's 125, 130.
Yeah. Your house is actually fast too.
It's pretty fast.
It's fast.
But that's kind of new. I started like more slower. But I don't know. I think and I also, one of my boys told me this from Montreal. He's like, I'm actually kind of a low energy person in a sense. I'm not like saying I mope around all day, but I don't wake up like some people wake up and they're like buzzing out and they're like ready to run 6 miles. Like that's not how I am. I've never been like that. I'm pretty even keeled, pretty chill, but I create music to give me energy, and like I DJ to give me energy. Like that gives me energy itself, not like me. It doesn't come within.
Right.
So like I think that's kind of why naturally I started making faster music. Like I try to put a deep house record, and it's out on Refuge 2019. It was 124 BPM. The kick is so loud that DJs were playing it peak hour at like 130 BPM, like banging it out. And I'm like, that was supposed to be deep, but like I don't even know how to make deeper chill stuff. Cause like I think naturally when I hear my music, I want it to like give me energy for the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. My music is fast.
That makes sense.
That's kind of the reason behind it. And my friend from Montreal told me that, and I'm like, dude, that is literally why I make music like that.
That's
and he
awesome.
made more like down tempo, like chill, because he was already hyper.
Yeah.
And he wanted his music to calm him down. He's like, you want your music to wake you up. And I'm like, dude, that is literally it. That's why I do that.
That's good insight.
Yeah, man. Kind of crazy.
I have to pee really bad. Hold on one sec. Do you need anything to drink or anything?
Nah, I'm good. I kind of think things blow up quicker here too.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to sound, I think it is when people ask me the difference between New York, Chicago, I think that New York has cooler culture.
Yeah.
It definitely does. So if you do some cool here, it like kind of blows up kind of quick, which is dope. Like there's opportunity for people, but I think that's kind of where you're saying it gets away from like,
it stops being people first and
Yeah,
it starts becoming
and
people want to be a part of the scene and
exactly.
the party, and then it becomes this idea of a thing.
And New York has so many parties that one party is going to stay at 150 for his whole life.
Yeah.
Because there's so many parties. We're here, to be honest, if you want to listen to house music, I mean, on a Friday, Saturday, there's a lot, but what is there? 4 parties? 5?
Well, that's what I told him. I'm like, what's a place where you could hear like this type of house music, like actual like house music? Not
I love house music. That's the only crew that does it. And they Chosen Few, and it's Terry Hunter, and like the promoter's called Rick
Garcia.
Yeah, that's the only one that does it. And the thing that kind of sucks is they don't do it every day. They do it like every other week.
Yeah.
And like we're in Chicago, like that's kind of crazy. And like again, when we talk about New York, like if you want true house music in New York, you get it any day.
Yeah.
That's really like the main difference, honestly.
Yeah. In the scene itself, that's why I think in New York there's pockets, but there's like a centralized knowledge of like, well, there's this place, there's this place.
There's just so much, bro. It's like too much sometimes. It's like wild.
That's crazy to hear. I would have never expected that. There's not a lot of places to go hear house music here, but there's a fucking
I'm talking
abundance.
I'm talking like the roots of house music.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, there kind of isn't. The Wednesday party, Ron Carroll, rest in peace to Ron Carroll, they did at Masada on Wednesdays. They have that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but like on a Friday or Saturday night, like if my homies are in town and they're like, yo, I want to listen to like real house music, like disco, funk, house, the roots.
You got to go to Celeste, dog. Twan's Friday night up there.
Like that would be the closest. But like I wouldn't be able to pinpoint like this is where we got to go.
Yeah.
Because they kind of don't have that anymore.
That just means that he needs to work harder on fucking letting people know that that's what he's doing up there.
Yeah, because honestly, I didn't know Twan was doing that like that. And I met Twan when I moved here like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that that's the route he was going.
That's what.
But like I kind of saw that he booked, Stacy Kidd, who's like a straight up jackin house DJ, similar music to me. Mike Dunn the other day, and I was like, oh damn, all right, he's just kind of trying to go that route, which is real cool because Celeste, it is what it is, but that's like your bridge and tunnel crowd. Like that's like your, in New York sense, like these are your outsiders from the suburbs coming in.
Yeah. And
he's trying to do like real house, which is like kind of tougher in a way. Like it's probably easier to do it in like a smaller neighborhood.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's cool. That's why I went. I'm like, I gotta go. And my homies are from New York, we're in town. So Celeste is, I don't go there anymore, but like I think especially when you got people from outside, it's a cool spot. 5 floors, all types of music. And yeah, I brought him to see Mike Dunn, which is dope.
Yeah. That was
Super
sick. Dope. So what you did say like 90% of the time you're listening to music, it's your own. What, if you're not listening to your own stuff, what do you listen to, like in the whip? Do you have a car here?
I don't have a car here.
It's so nice. You're so lucky. I just paid $1,000 in tickets and got another $200 one bro. The day after.
No need to have a car here. So I listen to a lot of producers who I'm like super inspired by, like Demure, who's from Toronto, who like actually lives here now, which is insane. So he lives in River West, which is wild.
You're just gonna dox him like that?
I'm not gonna say his address. Well, I'm in West Loop. He's in River West, and he's like a 20-minute walk from my apartment, which is like so wild. But like he's been my favorite producer, like literally since I was started making this music.
That's crazy.
And now he lives a walk from me. And now we made 2 tracks together. So it's like just so crazy how like I moved to Chicago kind of just to do it, and like it's like connecting dots for me that I didn't even expect it to connect dots for me. So I love his music. J. Paul Ghetto is one of like some guy I always listen to. Hatira's I listen to a lot. And then I don't know, like anything that Louis Vega's putting out, I'm always listening. If Kenny Dope has a record out. Shouts to Monty Kiddo from here.
Absolutely.
He's putting out some really fun like French, kind of similar to me, but like a little bit more French. Mine's a little bit more like gritty. But then I listen to a lot of new producers, what they're putting out. Like, then I'm listening to a lot of samples. I'm kind of digging when I'm on my walks. I'm like listening to a Spotify playlist, maybe some I Shazammed at a coffee shop, maybe a vinyl that I picked up. I'll find the MP3 and I'll listen to that. Yeah, just like anything. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Like sample digging, sometimes listen to hip hop, sometimes listen to like straight up 70s soul, like Carlton or some guy from like Philly, or I don't know, just kind of stuff that's going to inspire me to make music is kind of what I do on like the 10% time, I guess.
That's dope. Yeah, so you don't do a lot of digging for samples like in records?
No, I kind of don't actually. It's mostly on MP3.
Yeah.
What I do when I go to a record store, literally this is what I do. I'll go and I'll listen and I'll just find the MP3, save it on my phone. I know it's whatever. You can call me a cheater, whatever you want to do. But I didn't grow up in that era.
Yeah.
Like vinyl culture is so cool. But like I didn't grow up in that era. Like I grew up digital. And like
even when you were sampling back in the day when you first started, you didn't go to like garage sales and shit?
No. It's
really?
so crazy. But like I'm not gonna blame my brother. He wasn't really either. Like we just digged samples. Like in our studio was in our basement, similar to here in my parents' crib. We like, God bless my parents, because we annoyed the crap out of them. We just made beats nonstop, and we would just dig for hours. And like, I don't even know how my brother was finding samples at that time, man. Like,
yeah, because there was no Spotify. What he's probably on YouTube or something.
I don't even, honestly, like I would literally have to ask him, because I remember as a kid when I was like 12 or 13 and my brother's already like 20 and he'd be like, yo, I just got a hard drive of samples. Let's go through them. And we would just sit and listen for like hours. And then I would be like, yo, I'm going to do out of the 500 tracks you listen to, I'm going to do 111, 202 and 300. Don't touch those. And he'd be like, all right, cool. I'm going to do. It was so weird. I don't even know how he was getting these.
That's so funny.
I guess he was just like, I really don't know, honestly.
Those lights are tripping.
But yeah, that's just how he got samples somehow. They were all MP3. They obviously were all vinyl before probably.
Yeah.
And just would find packs of it.
That is crazy. Yeah. Cause that, as you said that, like I didn't grow up in that culture. I'm thinking like, I didn't either. I never DJ'd on records, but when I was 14, 15, I would go to the used bookstore and go in their dollar bins or go to garage sales or whatever, because there wasn't at that time a way to even dig on the internet necessarily.
Yeah.
Like YouTube wasn't a thing yet.
No.
There was no streaming apps for music. Like music on the internet wasn't even a thing. So that I had to go buy records because that's how I did it. So that is actually like kind of a mystery. Like where does a hard drive full of samples come from?
I don't know where he was getting them.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe LimeWire or something. I have no idea.
This was I guess maybe LimeWire.
You know what I think? It could be that my brother was making beats and there was a lot of producers that he was kind of working with, and I think they just kind of all helped each other out
shit.
and would share stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, but LimeWire, yeah. I mean, because when I think about LimeWire, I don't remember downloading shit like in my studio, in my room that I had. I remember like before that, and when the computer was in the dining room,
Yeah.
downloading shit on LimeWire.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. That's kind of, but I was lucky. Honestly, people were like, I mean, I've been making music so long, but I had it, not that I had it easy, but I was so lucky that my brother was just making beats, and my brother was super talented, and I would just sit in there watching him and just like, damn, this is so dope. And just getting all his, like, till this day, I think my brother's a better producer than me. I just did all of his stuff and kept at it.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of stopped. But like, his brain is like so sick. But since listening for so long, I like almost developed his brain and his ear a lot of like, we're all authentically ourselves, but like, I literally am so influenced by the way he heard, like, yo, that would be cool. So if I hear a similar sample, I already hear it like, like I remember he did that, like I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I don't know. I was lucky, man. I was super lucky.
Yeah. Having an older brother definitely is some sort of a cheat code in life.
For sure.
They could teach you a lot.
For sure.
I feel the same way. Yeah. What was I going to ask you about? Digging for samples. Ask you about who you're listening to. I forgot. It'll come back to me. It's fine.
All good.
What's the next show you got coming up?
So I'm in DC on December 6th, which is cool. Then I'm playing with Derek Carter at Time Out Market in Chicago, in West Loop, which is awesome. Derek has been one of my favorites for like ever. And he's doing Derek Does Disco, which is like even fucking cooler.
That's sick.
Like I would see that in New York a lot. He's one of the best DJs like ever, in my opinion.
Like DJ,
like he's
wise,
playing,
what he's doing behind
it's
those
crazy. Yeah,
turntables.
and like again, I was kind of talking about like Todd Terry and like a lot of the New York cats, how they were playing 4 decks and Pellas. Like Derek does it in his own way. That's so freaking dope that I just remember seeing in New York. Like, damn, like this dude is nasty. Like this is crazy. So really ecstatic to open for him. Then next year, right now I have some in Mexico City in like January, and then I don't have anything in February, but in March I'm out in San Diego with Demure, and then yeah, just that's it for now, but I got a couple things in the pipeline.
It's dope. Do you know Hot Mood?
Hot Mood.
It's all one word, Hot Mood.
No.
He's a dope producer. Definitely like disco-y, but more kind of funky house. I love all of his shit. He's from Mexico City.
Oh, wow.
So I thought maybe you knew him.
I probably have some of his stuff then.
I bet you do if you looked it up.
I definitely do.
He's got some of his shit is my favorite, bro.
Yeah,
He's
sometimes I don't even know who I'm listening. I just like, oh, that record's cool, and then you just download it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I got some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico City I love that city. I've been there like 4 or 5 times.
I've heard good things. I've never been. I want to see it,
bro. It's so dope. It's like, it's actually bigger than New York. There's more people there, and it's bigger.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
That's crazy.
But like the culture, the food, it's like hustle bustle, the clubs, the bar. It's awesome, man. And it's honestly like for a big city, it's pretty affordable. It's dope.
That's sick. Is like DJ culture, I feel like there's a lot of mentorship, like, but not mentorship, because that's like a legit thing. Like being a mentor is like an actual job that people take up. But you get a lot of help from like people that recognize your talent.
For sure.
Is the production world similar? Like, do guys play your stuff? Guys who are in, positions to maybe pass something down or whatever it is, do they hear your stuff and reach out? Is there anything like that you've experienced at least?
Not as much. I think in DJ culture is definitely very prominent. In production world, I don't know, because like when you're producing, and usually if you're gonna give people your tricks of how you do things, that's what people usually like charge and like lessons and stuff. So I think sometimes they're like not as open to like giving them like their sauce in a sense.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have it too much, but like I think you really get that when you work in collabs in person. I mean, most of collab culture is through stems and like whatever through the internet. But like sometimes like I love when I could just sit with someone and like hear their process. Like it was like I did a collab with Moon Boots, who's like one of my favorites.
Sick.
Which is really cool. And like I asked him if we like I was like, let's collab on some, and he was down. I was really excited. I played with him at Public Records in Brooklyn too. So we did it like a couple of days later. And then he was like, yeah, come to my studio. When he told me that, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. So he already had a sample like that I was that he had an idea of. But it was kind of cool because he gave it to me first and how I did it. And then I kind of made like the beginning of the beat, and he's like watching my process, which is crazy because I'm like, damn, he's like trying to learn from me, where I like came here to try to learn from him.
Yeah.
And then I started like the first hour and a half of the track, and then finally got to like his point. And then I was just sitting watching, like kind of trying to learn his like techniques and like how he's mixing down. So like it's not as common, I don't think. Because like Kai Williams really open with that stuff from New York. Like shouts to Kai. And like sometimes he'll tell people on Instagram, but like for his real stuff, you kind of got to like pay for it. So like, and I do that sometimes. Like on Instagram, I'll just give people like a random tip or like how I did this. Like I did a production course at Sound Collective in New York, and like it was on YouTube, and like we kind of just gave it out, and like so yeah. But yeah, it's not as common. I don't think it's as common.
Okay. I've always wondered that. That's to me, that's like how I got to where I'm at. So I always feel like I have to fucking pass that down. Otherwise it's gonna go away for me.
Yeah,
you know?
I think the way you accomplish that in production is definitely collabing.
Yeah.
When you don't really know what you're doing yet, just say, yo, let's collab. And a lot of times people are down. I'm very picky who I'm gonna collab with because I feel comfortable with what I'm doing already.
Yeah.
So like a lot of it is like, all right, what value are you gonna bring to me in a sense?
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, that's kind of the way to accomplish it. Collabing, I think.
That's dope. Yeah, watching somebody do something, I mean, that's how I learned how to DJ. Yeah. Just fucking sitting there and watching different people do the same thing, but a different way, you know? And like just learning all that and choosing what you want to do, or being like, oh shit, he's doing that. I can do that with this record, you know, like just all that. It's all about just watching. And I mean, yeah, that was everything for me.
For sure. Nah, and DJ culture is so much, like I was talking on it, like how I was inspired by some of the people playing and being out, but in production is definitely getting that room with someone. There's nothing like in person. Like Zoom is cool.
I fucking hate Zoom. But I hate Zoom, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it takes away from...
hate it.
Like working remote is obviously nice, but like it, you know, especially with music, like we need to be in a room together. Like
yes,
that's where
dude. That's where the
magic
special
sauce comes out.
That's where you can fucking feel everything, bro.
For sure.
You're next to somebody, you can feel their energy. They're intertwined. You need that.
For sure.
I hate Zoom. I absolutely hate it.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Like when during COVID, when like there was mad DJs who were doing like the 2-hour live stream and like commenting on, I never did any of it because I hated it. I'm like, this isn't even fun for me. Like I'm bored. I'm in my room playing music. Like, nah, I'm good. Like I want to be around people.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of with you there. Like there were some DJs that loved doing that. But like I don't know. That's not the type of DJ I am. I want to be around people.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
Absolutely. All right, I don't want to hold you hostage. I appreciate you pulling up last minute. Fucking,
sure.
It's been a great convo. You're an incredible artist. I'm ecstatic to have you here. I'm ecstatic to know that you live in the city. We got to party together sometime.
Let's do it.
Drink tequila?
Yes, sir.
All right, nice. Perfect. But yeah, I mean, thank you for coming through. How do you feel? You got anything we missed or?
Nah, I think we're good. I mean, I spoke about what's upcoming. Spoke about how I started. Nah, I think we're good, man.
Sick. Yeah, this is dope. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment. Algorithm activating activity. Let's go, champ. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul. It'll usually show when the truth ain't told. Use a lie.